Hold on to your seats, people, because what in the world just Harley Red, yes, you heard that right, just went full savage on Yandy and Kimbella. And it was a scene straight out of a soap opera. Think the drama between them couldn't get any crazier? Think again. This latest incident has taken things to a whole new level. And guess what? Yandy's screams for help were caught on tape. You have to see it to believe it. But let's be real here. Did you really think these reality stars were ever going to play nice? Now the big question, what could have possibly triggered this insane showdown? Was it some old beef? A betrayal? Or did someone just snap under the pressure of their always-on, drama-fueled lives? Either way, the internet is losing it with conspiracy theories, and we've got the inside scoop on what really went down. Spoiler alert, this is not what you were expecting. Grab your popcorn because we're diving deep into the details. From savage attacks to screaming matches, this is the kind of chaotic mess you won't want to miss. Trust me, this has viral written all over it. Buckle up, because we're about to expose everything you didn't know you needed to hear. So, let's set the scene. It was supposed to be a normal day. People were going about their lives, ignoring the chaotic mess that is reality TV and the non-stop drama of love and hip-hop stars. But then, boom! Out of nowhere, the unthinkable happened. Rashida and Carly Red, two of the most notorious figures in the game, completely snapped on Yandy and Kimbella. Yeah, you heard that right. Rashida and Carly Red, who've been riding the wave of drama for years, suddenly decided that enough was enough. They weren't just throwing shade anymore. No, this was next-level stuff. Now, let's take a step back. We all know Rashida. She's the one who's had beefs with practically everyone on the show at one point or another. She's also had her fair share of public breakdowns and heated arguments. But this was different. For years, Rashida has been known as the woman who could hold her ground, the one who never backs down from a fight. But when Carly Red, yes, the Carly Red, the woman who's basically known for being the walking embodiment of drama, when Carly Red steps into the picture, you know things are about to get insane. And who could forget Yandy Smith? She's always the one trying to play the peacemaker, the one attempting to bring order to the madness. But it looks like she may have finally pushed the wrong buttons. Because, as we all know, there's only so much a person can take before they hit a breaking point. And that's exactly what happened here. Yandy was the last person anyone expected to be involved in something this messy. Yet, here she is, right at the center of a savage attack no one saw coming. So how did it all begin? And why did Kimbella get pulled into this whirlwind of chaos? Here's where things get really interesting. Let's talk about the backstory, because trust me, this wasn't just some random encounter. Rashida and Carly Red's beef with Yandy and Kimbella goes way back. You don't just wake up one day and go full savage mode on someone. There's always a build-up, right? And when it comes to reality TV, the drama doesn't just happen. It's carefully cultivated over time. Fueled by old grudges, miscommunications, and of course, good old-fashioned jealousy. To truly understand why this all went down, let's rewind to the beginning of Yandy and Rashida's relationship. There was always this underlying tension between the two. Sure, they pretended to be civil on the surface, but we all know what happens behind closed doors. Rashida has always felt like she's been in competition with Yandy. You know the classic rivalry. Who's more successful? Who's more respected? Add a little Carly Red chaos into the mix, and you've got yourself a ticking time bomb. But Kimbella? That's where things get even more interesting. For years, Kimbella has been the one overshadowed by everyone else on the show. Always caught in the middle of someone else's drama. Never quite getting her chance to shine. That is, until now. Kimbella's involvement in this savage attack wasn't by accident. She's been lurking in the background for so long. But now it looks like she's stepping into the spotlight, finally ready to take center stage. And then, the moment everything changed. This wasn't just an argument. It wasn't just a heated exchange of words. No. Rashida and Carly Red went full savage mode on Yandy and Kimbella. And you know what makes this even crazier? Yandy screams for help. Yeah, you heard that right. Yandy, the woman who's always been in control of every situation, was caught completely off guard. And suddenly, she was the one who needed help. Picture the scene. You're in the middle of a conversation, thinking everything's fine, then bam. Rashida and Carly Red explode like ticking time bombs. The aggression, the insults, the personal attacks. All of it hit Yandy and Kimbella like a ton of bricks. It's the kind of moment you can't prepare for. The kind of moment that changes everything. And Yandy? She didn't see it coming. The shock in her eyes when it all went down, it was priceless. And honestly, kind of terrifying. The reality of the situation hit her hard. But let's not forget about Carly Red's role in this madness. This woman doesn't just talk the talk. Oh no, she walks the walk too. Carly has always been that unpredictable, fiery personality. But when she teamed up with Rashida, things got real messy. Carly's always been a pro at stirring up drama. Involved in this showdown, it didn't just escalate, it exploded. The chaos, the tension, the pure energy of the moment. It was like watching an action movie unfold in real time. But why did it get so out of hand? Was it because of old tensions, or was there something deeper going on here? Something more personal, more volatile? The truth is, there's a lot we don't know. And that's exactly what makes this story so compelling. Yandy, Rashida, Carly, and Kimbella have been in the game for years. But this moment, it could be a game changer. The way things unfolded in that one explosive moment could set the stage for the drama of a lifetime. Now, don't think this is just some isolated incident. This attack was the result of years of bottled-up tension and simmering resentment. Every little thing that's happened between these women over the years, the comments, the passive-aggressive behavior, the backstabbing, it all came to a head. It wasn't just about one argument. This was about years of built-up emotions finally exploding. And the world was watching. In the next part, we're going to break down the chaos that followed this savage attack. What really happened behind the scenes. What went down after Yandy's screams for help echoed through the air. We'll dive into the aftermath, the reactions, and the drama that kept social media buzzing. But for now, let's just sit back and absorb this shocking twist. This is just the beginning, folks. We're already deep into the drama. Rashida and Carly Red's savage attack on Yandy and Kimbella wasn't just a one-off moment. Oh no, this exploded into something far bigger than anyone could have imagined. After that shocking outburst, the internet was ablaze with reactions. Yandy's screams for help didn't just echo through that room. They reverberated across social media. Fans and critics alike began spinning their own interpretations of what really went down. Now, let's dig into what happened right after the chaos. People were shocked. And when I say shocked, I mean absolutely stunned. In a world where reality TV stars are known for drama and action-packed moments, this one still managed to send ripples through the entire fan base. Rashida and Carly Red didn't just attack. They went for the jugular. The venom in their words. The raw emotion behind their actions. It was a full-on verbal war. This wasn't a petty disagreement. This wasn't a couple of insults thrown around. This was a full-fledged attack, and it left the room and the internet completely rattled. Let's talk about the aftermath. What happened the moment the cameras stopped rolling? According to sources close to the scene, who are totally real and not at all made up for dramatic effect, the room was chaos. Picture this. Yandy and Kimbella, trying to process what had just happened, were left stunned. You could almost hear the mental gears turning. Did that just happen? Is this real? But here's the kicker. What happened next isn't what you'd expect. The truth is, Rashida and Carly Red weren't just acting out of random anger. They had a reason. Well, sort of. Remember that simmering tension between them and Yandy? The one that's been building up for years? Yeah, turns out, it wasn't just about petty drama or small disputes. No. This was the result of something far deeper. Sources, again, totally reliable, suggest that Rashida's anger toward Yandy was about more than just business or surface-level arguments. It was about respect. You see, Rashida had been working her but off to establish herself, not just as a reality TV star, but as a serious entrepreneur. She's opened businesses, launched product lines, and done her thing. Meanwhile, Yandy's image? Well, let's just say it's a bit more squeaky clean. To Rashida, it felt like Yandy was always positioned as the perfect one, The one who played the peacekeeper, the one landing all the endorsements and high-profile gigs. Rashida wasn't having it anymore. She was done playing second fiddle. And when you've been in the game as long as Rashida and Carly Red, you know how to make a statement. It's like the perfect storm. Add Carly's unpredictable energy into the mix, and what do you get? A volatile explosion. Let's not forget, Carly has never been known for playing nice. She's made an art form out of stirring drama, starting beefs, and keeping things messy. So when she saw Rashida's rage building up, she didn't hesitate, she jumped right in. That's Carly's M.O. When things go off the rails, she's right there at the front of the line, making sure no one forgets who's in charge. But let's not ignore Kimbella's role here either, because she wasn't just a passive bystander in all this. Remember, she's often been on the sidelines of the show, while the others soaked up the spotlight. Kimbella's time to shine had been put on the back burner. But the moment she was dragged into the chaos, she snapped. She wasn't about to let Rashida and Carly call the shots. She had had enough. You could see her trying to defend herself, but let's be real, she wasn't fully prepared for what was coming. Rashida and Carly were in attack mode, and it's not easy standing your ground when a tidal wave of fury comes crashing in. So, what did the public think? Oh, the reactions were wild. Fans took to Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to break it all down. Memes, theories, hot takes, and a lot of nonsense. Some picked sides immediately, and before you knew it, hashtag Team Yandy was trending faster than you could say reality TV. Everyone and their grandma had an opinion. Who was right? Who was wrong? But here's the thing. What really got people talking wasn't just the savage attack itself. It was the magnitude of the situation. Because fans don't just tune in for the drama. They love the strategy, the back and forth, the analysis of every move. And now, everyone wanted to know, would Rashida and Carly face real consequences? Or would this all just blow over like every other scandal? And then, things got even juicier. Rumors started flying, because who needs facts when rumors are way more fun? Sources claimed Yandy was privately furious with both Rashida and Carly. So furious, in fact, she was allegedly talking to her lawyer. Legal action? Now that's a twist. Yandy, known for her calm demeanor and diplomatic approach, had never been involved in something this messy. So to hear that she might be considering legal options? That was huge. What would that mean for the future of these stars? Would Rashida and Carly face financial consequences? Would the backlash damage their reputations for good? People were asking, could this be the end for them? Or just another reckless reality TV moment that fades with time? And let's talk about the fans. Because fans of Yandy, Rashida, and Carly, they had strong opinions. Some were fiercely defending Yandy, saying no one deserves to be treated that way. Others were standing with Rashida and Carly, saying it was about time someone stood up to Yandy's perfect persona. But as more people weighed in, public opinion started to shift. This wasn't just some random fight. It wasn't your typical reality show argument. This was a full-blown, emotionally charged confrontation, one that could have serious implications for these women's public images. In the next part, we'll dive even deeper into the fallout from this savage attack, the potential legal and professional consequences, the damage to reputations, and the big question, could this be the end of Yandy's reign as the peacekeeper? Or is this just another bump in the road for the Queen of Calm? Stick around, because we're about to uncover the real aftermath of this insane battle. The savage attack on Yandy and Kimbella? Oh, it's just getting started. If you thought this drama would end with a couple of heated arguments and some angry social media posts, you're in for a rude awakening. Let's be real. When you're dealing with reality TV stars and a cast this volatile, things don't just blow over. Not when the entire internet is watching. And definitely not when the stakes are this high. Now, here's the real deal. While Yandy's screams for help may have been the immediate focus, the aftershocks of that moment are far more devastating than anyone could have predicted. The public backlash? Absolutely insane. This wasn't just about Instagram comments and spicy memes. No, this fallout exploded across every platform. One of the first major consequences? Legal action. That's right, Yandy wasn't just going to sit back and let it slide. Sources close to her, who, let's be honest, may or may not be 100% reliable, claimed she immediately contacted her lawyer after the altercation, asking whether she had any legal recourse. Could Rashida and Carly be sued? Could this become a personal injury or emotional distress case? Speculation ran wild. Fans rallied behind Yandy, urging her to take action, and suddenly, social media was filled with polls and debates. Should she sue? Should she let it go? Let's break this down. Legal action in reality TV? Not new. We've seen stars sue for defamation, emotional trauma, even physical altercations. But this case? Different. This was a savage verbal takedown caught on camera and broadcast to millions. So, it's not just about physical harm. It's about being publicly humiliated on national television. When the world watches your downfall live, that hits different. And when it happens to someone like Yandy, who's always kept a polished, composed image, the stakes are even higher. So, with legal action on the table, what else followed? Let's talk public backlash. And we're not just talking Yandy's fans. Rashida and Carly's stans came out swinging too, just in the opposite direction. These women are already famous for being bold and unfiltered. Their fans weren't about to let them get dragged without a fight. Hashtag Team Carly, hashtag Team Rashida, even hashtag Rashida for President started trending. Yeah, you heard that right. Some fans even claimed Yandy deserved what she got. That Rashida and Carly were just fed up with her holier-than-thou attitude. This wasn't just a clash. It was a cultural divide. Each side throwing shade and fiercely defending their queen. Now, let's talk career fallout. Because, oh yes, there were consequences. Rashida's been hustling hard to build her brand beyond reality TV. Business ventures, a clothing line, music. She was glowing up. But after the attack? Well, things got messy. When your name gets linked to chaos, it's like trying to sell a luxury brand in a dollar store. That image? Tarnished. The more her name is tied to this scandal, the harder it'll be to separate her from the drama. Then there's Carly Red. Now, Carly thrives on chaos. Drama is her brand. So you'd think she'd be immune, right? Wrong. Even Carly couldn't escape the fallout. Rumors started swirling. Was her attack driven by jealousy? Was she sick of being outshined by Rashida and Yandy? Whatever the reason, Carly didn't just stir the pot. She lit it on fire. And behind the scenes? Oh, it was full-on damage control mode. Reports said Rashida and Carly were scrambling with their PR teams, trying to spin the story. Were they actually trying to make peace with Yandy and Kimbella? Or just covering their backs? Hard to say. But one thing's for sure, the media was watching every move. Now here's the kicker. Network intervention. When a show like Love and Hip Hop gets this much controversy, you know the producers and execs are paying attention. Could the network step in? Launch an investigation? Force reconciliation? Or turn up the drama even more? This is no longer just about what happened on screen. It's about how deep the consequences go. And let's not forget the fans. They've fueled this entire storm, supporting their favorites, launching campaigns, and turning this into an event. But the question is, how much longer can they justify supporting stars whose lives keep getting messy, eh? So here's the big question. Was Rashida and Carly Red's savage attack on Yandy and Kimbella just a one-time blow-up? Or is there way more to this scandal than we even know? Could this be the moment their careers take a permanent hit? Or will they bounce back, stronger, louder, and even more famous than before? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're here for all the jaw-dropping drama, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more shocking stories and insider truths. Stay tuned because the story, it's far from over.